behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Mash TV time once again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a great interview coming up for you in just a couple moments, but before we get into that, don't forget there's that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and every time we get a new interview for you to watch, you'll be notified, and you can check that out, and also leave a comment on the comment section, and we love to hear from you there. And if you're on Facebook, go to facebook.com/PalmMashTV, and feel free to like the page and inbox there, and you can even comment on all the things you see there. And we'd love to hear from you there. And again, we'd love to hear from you in email. So send us an email at palmmashtv, all one word, @gmail.com. And it doesn't matter if you're a band or solo artist that want to be on the show, but if you're a fan, you can use that same email address. We'd love to hear from you. And all this is going to be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. From Nashville, Tennessee, we have Brandon Lee, a very awesome country music singer. And I think you're really going to enjoy it, the interview that I have with him. So we'll get to that in just a second, but it's Click Jam time, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
All right, everybody, it's interview time as promised, and with us from Nashville, Tennessee, we have Brandon Lee. Thanks for joining us, Brandon.
Yeah, of course, man. Thanks for having me. It's awesome to be here.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you today. I asked this question a lot at the beginning because everyone has their own story, but tell us a little bit about how it began for you as being an artist. I mean, I'm sure you got a story to tell us, so go ahead.
Oh, yeah, man. And I love sharing my story, too. So pretty much it all started when I was in high school. I was a huge wrestler all through high school, and I ended up getting hurt my senior year, and I ended up getting 2 consecutive concussions, and I was supposed to go to state that year and everything, and I lost it all because of that. So wrestling was out the door, and half of my senior year I was stuck in my room. I couldn't have lights on. I couldn't watch TV, nothing. I couldn't have friends over. And if you can imagine a 17, 18-year-old boy, can't see his friends, can't play video games. I mean, I was borderline going crazy. And I was out of school and everything. So I was losing my scholarships, everything for wrestling. But that's where I didn't so much get into singing, but that's where I really started to connect with the music side of stuff. And I would put on Pandora radio and, iHeart and stuff like that. And I would just put on old country music, because if anybody who's listening to country music, Travis Tritt, Keith Whitley, you can tell the story that they're telling, and you feel the emotion, and it's like watching a movie, if you just close your eyes and listen. So I would do that, and I would sit there and just listen to music over and over and over, because that's all I could do. And I gained a big passion for country music and music at that point in my life, because it really helped pull me through that dark time. And a couple years later, the passion got stronger and stronger. And one day I just decided, I want to sing. I want to spread my message through this, and I would sing. And my parents, of course, didn't have the heart to tell me I was not that good. So I kept practicing and practicing. And next thing you know, I was singing and people were loving it. And I was connecting with people with my music and helping people. And man, that was it right there. That was God saying, as I like to put it, if you are not on the right path, which would have been my wrestling, he will put you where you need to be, whether it's breaking your heart or not. He will get you where you need to go. And so sometimes you just have to trust in it and have faith, and he will get you where you need, and everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's true. And like you just mentioned a couple of minutes ago about Travis Tritt and Keith Whitley, you know, and bands, you know, singers like that. You are right; they do tell a good story, and I'm glad that you picked that path for country music, and I hope you'll be successful in that.
Thank you.
What were some of the? I guess those two you just mentioned are probably your influences, but did you have any others?
Yeah, man, I would listen to a lot of stuff like George Jones,
Mhm.
and then some of a little bit newer would carry in, and of course, you know, you got George Strait, the Steel Drivers, and Chris Stapleton. I absolutely love them. And then now I'm really getting, as it got closer, I'm really getting into like more rock and roll types country stuff, like Whiskey Myers and stuff like that. And man, it has just been such a variety of everybody that it's hard to pick. But you know, Travis Tritt and the Steel Drivers and Keith Whitley were probably some of the biggest ones that I really listened to, and they were big ones.
Okay. Yeah, those are pretty good ones, and I can see, you know, based on those influences, that you got your sound, you know, really well. If anybody's watching this right now and they say, I want to get me some of his music, where would they go? Is it all streaming? Is it physical copies too? Maybe you could let us know.
Yeah, of course. So you can listen to all of my first album that was just released on Brandon Lee Music 1, and that's the number 1.com. And that has my bio. That's my personal website for everything. And that has my bio. That has all my upcoming events, all my merchandise, my CDs. It has everything on that. So you can keep up with that and listen to the music on there, and check out the music video. And then if you wanted to just listen to the music, you could stream it on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all the big stuff. It is on there. And it's all at Brandon Lee Music 1. And that's the number 1. So you can find me on any social media sites with that right there.
Okay. Well, everybody, if you just heard that, go to those streaming sites and go to that website he just mentioned to you. I know he would love you to get his music, so go there right now and get that. And speaking of your music, we got a music video coming up for you. It's called Hurricane. Is there a story behind that song? We'd love to hear it.
It was one of the first songs that I reached out to that were just more different from like the country side of stuff, and a little bit more gritty and rock and roll. And when I sang that song and performed it for my producer, who's Kent Wells, he fell in love with it immediately, and he was just like, that's it right there. We're doing that in the music video. So that's kind of, it was short and quick and to the point, and he said, that's the one, and I liked it, so we ran with that one.
Okay. Well, is there kind of a story behind it? I mean, is it like self-explanatory, or maybe you can tell us about that?
There's not really a big story behind it. It was just a big song for me and kind of an inspirational song for me. So it's just one of those songs that when I sing it, I just kind of feel and connect with that song personally. And so that's kind of just it for me on that one.
Okay. Well, we're going to watch that in just a moment, but I think that's about all the time we have for right now, Brandon. We thank you so much for being on the show. We love to have you back sometime. If you got anything new to plug for us, so let us know.
Of course, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And here it is, Hurricane by Brandon Lee, right here on Palm Ash TV. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
"30 miles from the Gulf Stream, I hear the south wind moan.
Bridges getting lower, and shrimp boats coming home. The old man down in the quarter slowly turns his head and takes a sip from his whiskey bottle, and this is what he said. I was born in the rain on a Apache train underneath the Louisiana moon. I don't mind the strain of a hurricane, it comes around every June. The high black water, the devil's daughter, she's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her, it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. A man came down from Chicago, he's gonna sip that'll live it right. It needs to be at least 3 feet higher, it won't make it through the night. But the old man down in the quarter says, don't you listen to that boy. The water be down by the morning, and he'll be back to Illinois. I was born in the rain on a Apache train underneath the Louisiana moon. I don't mind the strain of a hurricane to come around every June. The high black water, devil's daughter, she's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her, it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. 30 miles on the Gulf Stream, I hear the south wind moan. Bridges getting lower, them shrimp boats coming home. The old man down in the quarter slowly turns his head and takes a drink from his whiskey bottle, and this is what he said. I was born in the rain on a Apache train underneath the Louisiana moon. I don't mind the strain of a hurricane to come around every June. The high black water, devil's daughter, she's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her, it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. I was born in the rain on a Apache train underneath the Louisiana moon. I don't mind the strain of a hurricane, comes around every June. The high black water, devil's daughter, she's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her, it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. Yeah, nobody taught her, it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans.